Hello friends, welcome to Legg Life and happy Saturday. A lot of stuff going on today.
Yeah.
First of all, it is National, what is it?
Independent Bookseller Day.
Apparently a big deal. Number two, it is a sunny Saturday that feels like spring.
Yeah.
That's exciting. And number three, one of our favorite restaurants in Alaska that has some of the very best halibut and chips anywhere in the state open this weekend. It's only open seasonally.
Yes.
And so we are gonna make the about 1 hour drive down there, and we're bringing you guys along for all of it today.
We just left Anchorage. We actually stopped and got coffee and pastries first. But now we are heading south toward Whittier. You can see it's a beautiful day. The tide is out, so it's just a lot of silt right now. But the tide will come in.
So before we left Anchorage, I checked the Facebook page of the Beluga Whale Alliance. It's an organization that tracks belugas here in Cook Inlet. And they said there is a high likelihood of beluga activity this weekend. So as we drive, kind of keeping our eyes peeled. It's always fun to see them for the first time this season. So fingers crossed that's today. If not today, hopefully soon. Do you guys see that white spot right there on that ridge? We got a doll sheep right above us. Here of what was a pretty big avalanche covered the railroad tracks. You can see where that come through and plow that away, and that actually happened a while ago, so that it's a lot of snow. It's going to take a while for all of that to melt, that's for sure. Okay, we just stopped at Portage Lake. We are just a couple miles away from our destination of Whittier, Alaska. However, if you've watched our vlogs before, many of you will know this. To get to Whittier, you have to go through a over 2 miles long passenger tunnel. It's the largest passenger tunnel.
2.5 miles.
It's the longest passenger tunnel in North America.
Yep.
And so we're gonna pay the toll to go there, show you guys all of that. But we wanted to stop here at the lake because we have a few minutes still. It is 1:09. And the way that the tunnel works is that at the bottom of every hour, so 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, the tunnel opens going to Whittier. At the top of every hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, it opens coming back from Whittier. It was originally built as a railroad tunnel, so it's not designed for like 2 lanes of traffic.
Right, it's 1 lane. Yep.
So you're either going in or you're coming out, that's it. But it is beautiful here at the lake. Let's show you. It is so bright here because it is so darn white. All the snow on the mountains, the lake here, basically still completely frozen over. You can see it's melting a little bit down here on the edge, and you can see one of the shuttles, turning arm shuttle, just showed up as well. And that's a good thing, Sherri, because that means that there's tourists in Alaska. Yes. One of our favorite hikes around here is actually back over there. It's called Byron Glacier, and we love doing it. However, I think it's going to be a while.
Probably going to be a minute.
Because there's just so much snow back here still. So they call it Portage Lake because Portage Glacier is actually up around that valley. It's in that valley over there. You can't see the glacier from here right now. However, you used to be able to. And not long ago, like in my brother's lifetime, he has photos of when the glacier actually came out here into the lake. In fact, it's funny, there's the Portage Glacier Visitor Center kind of down in there, and they built it there because it had such a great view of the glacier, and now you can't even see it. Portage Lake is about 100 years old, so it's actually a fairly new lake, because within the last 100 years, this used to all be glacier. Now it's a lake. But what's interesting, Sherri Beth, is this lake, it doesn't look, I don't know, I mean, it's big, but it's not huge. Here's what's crazy, because it was carved by a glacier, over 600 feet deep here at Portage Lake. The Seattle Space Needle
You could put the Space Needle in the middle of the lake and not see the top of it.
That's insane.
That's crazy. That's a deep lake.
It is a deep lake for it being only 100 years old.
Yeah.
Sherry, you ready to go through the tunnel and go get some halibut and chips?
All right, so we were pulling up to the pay station for the tunnel. I think it is $13.
Is that how much it is?
I think so.
All right, so we paid. Sherry was exactly right. $13. I'm very impressed. And then she told us to get into lane 1. So now we wait. And when you go through, they may give you one of these. You may have to ask for one. They have like these little Whittier, Alaska maps. This is 2022, so I imagine they'll probably be getting the 2023 soon. And in there's just lots of like information on the tunnel, rules, the town of Whittier, things to do in Whittier. Whittier is known for a couple of things. Number one, it's known for the fact that the majority of the town lives in one building.
Correct.
I feel like every time we come to Whittier, we mention this, and I feel like we have to because it's just so darn quirky.
It's so weird, but it works for the residents of Whittier.
So Whittier originally was a military town, like a port town, and so the military built barracks, built these big buildings to house soldiers, and now the military has pulled out of Whittier, and so the town has taken over. I think it's a 13-story building. I might be wrong on that. And the majority of the town lives in one building. We'll show it to you. The other thing Whittier is known for, of course, the tunnel. And then they also do a lot of fishing tours and glacier cruises out of Whittier.
Yep. And
it is the primary port for like Princess Cruise Lines, that kind of stuff here in like South Central Alaska.
Yep.
It's interesting. I noticed this on our Princess Cruise last summer. It said the cruise ended in Anchorage, but when it said Anchorage, it actually meant Whittier.
Right, but I think that most people don't know what Whittier is.
That's right,
and so they just say Anchorage because it's the nearest city. But
know that if your cruise says it's ending in Anchorage, you actually may be like an hour away and a 2-mile tunnel away. Yes,
and they usually have like shuttles and stuff from the cruise terminal to Anchorage.
Buses, trains, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And like we mentioned earlier, the tunnel will open one way at a time, and you can see the cars coming this way through the tunnel. We still have 5 or 6 minutes, so we're just gonna hang out and wait.
We did want to mention that when you pay that $13 for the tunnel, it is actually round trip, so it will get you into Whittier and back out.
We enter the tunnel on one side of the mountain, and we will come out on the other side. Okay, Sherri, you're not a huge fan of like enclosed spaces.
No, but this isn't bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We hear from a lot of people they're worried about like claustrophobia in here, and it is weird. I mean, you are in the middle of a mountain, right? Like, I mean, it's strange to think of.
Yep.
But we've never had any issues with like feeling super closed in or anything like that.
No, and it is, I mean, keeping in mind that it is built for a train. So like, it's not like a very tiny tunnel. I mean, it's not a big tunnel, but it's like, there's space beside you and above you.
That's a good point.
And there's lights all the way down, like.
And there's always other cars. Like you can see the car ahead of you, you can see the car behind you.
Right.
And they do have plans. Like if you happen to break down, there's like an emergency plan in here. God forbid.
Have little like pull outs to kind of get out of the way.
Yep, if there's ever, and this has happened before, where an avalanche or a rock slide has blocked one entrance or exit to the tunnel, they do have safe houses in here. So like you're safe when you're in here, even though it is weird to think about being in the middle of a mountain.
Right. So it takes about 8.5 minutes to go from one end to the other if you are sticking to the speed limit, which is about 25 miles an hour. And there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Literally.
Literally, we are almost out.
And just like that,
here we are.
We're in Whittier. One of the first things you come to here in Whittier actually is the cruise ship dock. You can see the dock right out there. So if you come to Whittier on one of the big ships, you're gonna be right there. You can also see the Klondike Express, some of the other like sightseeing boats that come out of here, the 26 Glacier cruises. And what's great is that the railroad is like right over here. So you can get off a cruise ship and then walk across the street to get on the train. And right there is Baggage Towers. That's actually where most of the town lives. Sherri, how does it feel to be back in Whittier? And yes, it is windy. One of the things that I'm very excited about is there's a business right here, Prince William Sound Salt Company. First of all, that building used to be a Chinese food restaurant, I think.
Yes, it did.
Didn't it? Mm-hmm. But Prince William Sound Salt Company was one of the businesses that we were able to support with Shop 49th.
Yep.
And we, of course, follow them on Instagram. And so we've seen all of the progress on the new building, but we haven't been there yet. Mm-hmm. I hope it's open because I'd love to go check it out. But first, Swiftwater for fish and chips. Now, just to be honest, we are a little bit nervous. We've been coming to Swiftwater for years, and we've told so many people about it. We absolutely love it. It did recently change ownership hands, which is always a concern, right, with a place that you love. So fingers crossed it's as good as we remember. All right, so we started with a cup of the chowder, and the rest of our food will be here in just a minute. They have a sign up front. It's one of the things we love about this place. It says all halibut and cod are caught fresh locally right here. And we just, I don't know, I think you can taste the difference in this. You don't like seafood that tastes fishy. And so that's always one of our tests, is it seafood that Sherri likes? And this is the place you do. The chowder is absolutely amazing. Big old chunks of potatoes. Carrots in there. I love that it's like really creamy and like thick, not runny like a soup. It's what a chowder is supposed to be. So we're sitting inside because it is a little bit windy and chilly still, as you can tell by all of the snow. But our favorite place to sit when we come visit Swiftwater is actually outside here, because you can see they've got the view of the harbor right there. But still a little chilly to sit outside. All right, we switched tables, which actually works better because now I have a better view of your face, which is my favorite view. Sherri and I got the exact same thing. We both got the half and half. That's kind of what we get every time. You can see the amazing fish right there, 2 big pieces of that. And then we have the shrimp over here. These are like our 2 favorite things. So the fact that you can get both of them in one, are you happy? And at Swiftwater Cafe, that is what success looks like. All right, lunch is done. Now we're heading next door to Prince William Sound Salt Company. This is very cool. What a nice space. Oh gosh, Sherri's already found. Really? And they would match the teal in your hair. This is cool. They have different things from other local artists, and then of course they have their sea salts. We have, oh gosh, we have a lot of these. I do not have the steakhouse though. That might be coming home with us. So we actually first heard of Prince William Sound Salt Company when we were first starting Shop 49th. One of our friends, I think, knows one of the owners and recommended them to us. And as soon as we went on their website and saw kind of the products they had, we knew they'd be the perfect business to highlight. And this is fun because they also carry Water Body, which was another one of our Shop 49th businesses. And over here, they carry Barnacle, which was another one of our businesses. Sherri found earrings that she really likes. They are dragons, but you have a concern.
No, I'm just wondering if they'll get stuck in my hair. Because my hair is out of control all the time.
Yeah, but it might be worth it to have dragon earrings.
That's kind of where I'm at.
I have to say, the view from the Prince William Sound Salt Building is perfect. Also, look, Swiftwater, harbor, salt, and Sherri. All right, let's see. How do the dragon earrings look?
Crazy hair everywhere.
Are you kidding me though? Yeah. They're so cool.
Are they fun?
They're really fun. Okay, we had lunch. We did a little bit of shopping, and now it's time to leave because it is 2:35. And the thing with Whittier is if you don't leave when the tunnel is open, you have to wait an hour. There's not right now because there's not really other stores open. There's not really an hour of things to do. So we're gonna try to get out before the tunnel closes. We made it back with lots of time. Also, there's a dog over there. Do you guys see it? Hi, dog. Okay, let's talk Swiftwater. Like we mentioned earlier, we've gone there for a long time. New owners, kind of concerning.
We have nothing to worry about though.
It was just as good as I always remember it.
So good.
Oh my goodness. And I think to me, it's the whole experience. It's the drive down here, like just the scenery along the arm, going through the tunnel is always unique. It's so early in the season, there really wasn't a lot open in Whittier at all.
Right.
Normally there's a few other gift shops you can go to, but there's not a ton of stuff here. So if you're coming down here, I feel like this is perfect. Get lunch,
Yep.
do a little shopping, and start the journey back home through the middle of a mountain.
Yeah.
Our time has come, leaving Whittier back into the tunnel. And here we are in the outside world again. While we're heading back to Anchorage, we decided we're gonna make a pit stop here at the Wildlife Conservation Center. All right, this is a place we have been so many times. It is one of our favorite places in Alaska. And the reason we're actually stopping here is we can't remember if we are still members or if we need to renew our membership.
Yeah, I mean, it's only good for a year, so we need to renew it this year anyway. I just don't remember when last year we renewed it.
I don't remember either. And we have friends there visiting this summer, and this is one of those places that we take every visitor that comes and that we love to go when it's just us.
Yep.
Membership basically allows you to get everybody in your vehicle in for free.
Right.
So when we have the Jeep and we can have, you know, like 4 or 5 people loaded up in there, we all get in for free.
Yep.
Which is awesome. So we thought, since we're down here anyway, let's stop in and see if we have a membership, and if not, renew it. And this is fun. They've added these new little, like, entry areas. Okay, we have a new membership.
Yeah.
Jonathan helped us. He was amazing. Very, very nice. And I think we hadn't planned on coming here, so we may just like drive through rather than like stopping to see everything. If we see any fun animals that are out and about, maybe we'll stop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind stopping to see if the bears are out.
Yeah, they're awake yet.
They're my favorite thing to see here. So let's just take a quick loop around. You can drive the entire loop of the Wildlife Conservation Center. You can also park and walk it, and we'll be back here so many times this summer. But you guys, look at this. It is still April as we're here, and there are so many cars in the parking lot already.
Love it. We're actually heading to park, but there's a black bear right there.
Climbing this little hill.
There's also a black bear right there. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Look at that guy. Just laying. All right, we found the brown bears. There's one walking right there. And there's one in the trees right there. Hanging out. Man, those are big animals.
No matter how many. Oh, here comes the third one, Sherry. Look to the right.
Oh, yep, look.
Look at that. The 3
There's,
brown bears right here.
there they go.
Oh, look. Move it along.
Scooch.
No matter how many times we come out here and see them, it never gets old.
No, they're so cool.
You can see the black bear right here on the top of the hill. This is the one that, as we were driving here to park, we saw it climbing this hill. Now we're seeing it from the other side.
All right, Adam, just tell me, tell them what you were just telling me.
First of all, I'm glad I brought my film camera.
Yeah.
Second of all, I was looking at the black bear and I was like, I think I could take it. I'd just go like old school boxing, like put
Yeah,
up your
yeah.
dukes, put them up, put them up. I never get tired of this place. It's always so cool. Any time of the year. I'm glad we stopped.
Me too.
Sherri was talking about how disturbing it is that there's just like a bone down there, and then there's another one back over there. There are a few of them around. Don't worry, Sherri. The odds are not human bones. Now we came over here and found the black bear, and he's just sitting right over here by the fence hanging out. How long had they been up from hibernation?
This is still their first week, the
Oh.
black bears. Let's see, ready? Come on. So I will preface this with, please do not feed bears. Come on, you ready? And I will make it through. Good, okay.
Oh. And as we turned around from the black bear, we saw all 3 of the brown bears. There's one walking over here. Here comes one more right up here. Also, I like how this bear over here is just kind of laying in this hole he dug. Look at that. 1, 2. The third one right there. This guy, this guy's my favorite. Just like laying there in his hole.
Snuggled in.
all snuggled in. It's so cute. Oh, no. Oh, hi. Jeez Louise.
Look at this paws. Good Lord.
This one has just stopped right here in front of us. Look at this.
Oh, and the head.
My coworkers and I are going to be feeding our lovely brown bears here.
I will say, of all of our times coming to the conservation center, we've never been here when they fed the bears.
We apologize if we either don't hear or it seems like we're ignoring your questions. We love questions. Hey, JB. But as you can see, if I stop paying attention, he will start meandering on over. I just gave you some, you spoiled. There you go. No? Not that. Let's try some celery, huh? I don't like celery. No? My goodness, sir. Okay.
Oh, there's humans here? Why did you send them celery?
So he usually likes the inside. Start with fish today then?
He's like saying no with his head.
Yeah, he's just like, lady, you know me.
Oh, the little one's eating it.
Oh, the salmon.
Oh, we're feeling fish today.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they get veggies first, huh? Usually, so this is his first, or their first day this year getting fed fish.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, well, they like veggies first, you know, salad first.
Oh, look,
right?
he's getting out his paw.
Not for JB, he's too excited. Oh, you like?
Yeah.
He probably smells it, huh?
Oh, most definitely. They have an amazing sense of smell, which is really, really great for them. Hi. Especially coming out of hibernation, they tend to gravitate towards a lot of very high fiber foods to really help pass that waxy plug that stopped them up for hibernation. So they've got to be able to sniff it out and find what's going to do them the best. Oh, is that too cold? We pulled a little bit too short of salmon last night to thaw, so we had to pull a couple more for him. And now they're still a little frozen.
You can see they're feeding this bear here as well, tossing a sweet potato out there. Oh, oh. Oh, now look, JB's getting, oh gosh, I was getting the salmon.
I know it's all silty, but you don't mind. So most of our salmon and other meats get donated to us by local hunters or fishers. I think she wants her salmon first. If you need, we have the grabber in the bubble if you need it. There you go. And you can always go over to, if that's a little easier for you, Krista. He's like, get this sweet potato nonsense out of here.
There we go. And the third bear is up there being fed. This is so cool.
We want that fish. So this is all the fish I had. There's no more fish, my friend. There's no more fish. I can show you. No more fish. So because they've gone several months without protein in their diet, we tend to be really gentle introducing it to them. Oh, we like apples today. That's nice.
One of the best times ever at the Wildlife Conservation Center.
Yeah, we've never been here when they've been feeding the bears, and then she was kind of talking all about how these bears got here and how long they've been here and what they usually eat, and
It was so cool.
fascinating.
The way they have to like separate the bears because they will try to poach each other's food. It was really cool. It felt like we were on a tour.
Yeah.
Just the way that she was, I don't know, getting to see that. We've never, this was a totally unique experience. We've been here when we've gotten to see all the bears. We've seen them super active, but getting to see them that close and feeding and hear about all of that,
Yep.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
I expected us to come to the Conservation Center, renew our membership, drive through, and be done in like 15 minutes.
Me too. I didn't think anything would really be out, but
Perfect timing. Absolutely perfect.
Yes.
So I think that we're going to head out and start our journey back to Anchorage, because the next thing we need to do is get these books to Tidal Wave
Yes.
to drop them off so we can get some credit. And I think we have a little over an hour until Tidal Wave stops accepting books.
Yep, about an hour and a half.
So we're gonna head back to Anchorage. All right, we have made it to Tidal Wave. Time to take some books in on National, what is it, like Independent Bookstore Day? Is that what it is?
Yep.
So these are all of the books. Holy cow. Well, what's really funny is that we are getting rid of a lot, but when I looked at our bookshelf before I left the house, it's not horribly noticeable. And so that just speaks to how many books we have.
Well.
But it's a good start.
Yeah.
Sherry, I'm assuming that we are going to not only drop off books here, but probably do a little bit of book shopping.
I mean, we need to support it on National Independent Bookstore Day.
That is true. We do have to support them. Oh my God, there's a dog in that car. Puppy. He just stuck his head out a minute ago. He's so cute. All right, so I was over here in the Western historical and sci-fi fantasy section, just kind of looking for books. And I rounded the corner and it changed to romance. But here's the thing. This book, Mistletoe in Juneau, sounds exactly like something Sherry would like. So let's take a tour and see if she ends up getting it. Doesn't it look like a Hallmark movie? Well, apparently Hallmark Publishing, they're getting into books now. All right, there she is. Let's bring her this book and see. All right, I found a book. And as soon as I saw it on the shelf, I thought, oh Lord.
Oh no.
Have you ever heard of this book?
I don't know if it's from Hallmark Publishing.
I know, and I was like, oh great, now they're getting into books. Mistletoe in Juneau. Tell me that doesn't sound like a book that you would read.
Social media influencer who's way out of her element.
Oh gosh. What do you think? Does that sound like a Sherry book?
Obviously, yes.
Are we getting it?
Yes.
Okay. I told you guys, as soon as I saw it on the shelf, I thought this is a book that will be coming home with us. Sherry and I were just talking about how whenever a bookstore has a section where there's like shelves of books recommended by different employees, you can just kind of go through and be like, yep, I'd be friend with that person. I'd be friend with that person. I would not be friend with that person, that kind of stuff. Like you can tell if you would click as people based on the books that they have on their shelf. Well, that's the best book that I've seen here yet today. All right, we're heading out of Tidal Wave and we did buy 4 books. However, we dropped off 44. So it's a net loss of 40 books today. So I'd say success. We're back home. What a Saturday.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, what was your highlight?
Gosh, the bears. Like, they're always so much fun.
But they're normally not this fun.
No, they were very active because I think they're just waking up.
Yep.
And then being able to, like, watch them eat and, like, learn all of the things. It was a lot of fun.
The bears were my highlight as well. I will also say today was very needed for me. I've been struggling a lot with the situation with my mom. This was kind of a setback week. She's actually back in the hospital, and it's honestly kind of hard for me to focus on anything other than that. Mm-hmm. And so today was a good distraction. Sometimes it's really healthy to distract yourself.
Yeah.
And just like go do something that takes your mind off of everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
And that's what today was for me. It was just a good day of healthy distraction where I got to be in the mountains and be out in Alaska and have delicious food and see bears eat. Yeah. And it was just a great day.
Yeah.
So friends, we love you guys. Thanks for tagging along with us on this Saturday in Anchorage, where it is finally starting to feel like spring.
Yes, finally.
And on the way home, we saw a little bit, a teeny bit of like green starting to sprout up.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's getting there. We also saw, what did we decide? We saw one eagle, bald eagle. Yep,
we saw 3 moose.
3 moose.
In the wild.
Yep.
And we saw 7 or 8
doll sheep. Yep.
No belugas.
No belugas.
We were watching.
That's the hard part in Alaska, though, is that you sometimes are just like driving down the road and you just like, oh, look, there's a moose. And there's no like, oh, pull over and flog it.
Right.
Like it's
swans. We saw some swans.
We did. So just a wonderful, wonderful day. Friends, we love you and we'll see you on the next Legg Life video.